Robbie Williams Rewind.
Welcome to Robbie Williams Rewind. We are the champions. I'm Matt.
And I'm Lucy.
And along with help from special guest fans, we take you on an in-depth rewind through the solo career of multi-award-winning singer, songwriter and entertainer Robbie Williams.
Hi, I'm Robbie Williams, and you're listening to Robbie Williams Rewind with the Champions.
Hi, Lucy. Hi, Matt. How you doing? Nice to see you. How's the podcast about me going? Thank you for doing that. I do look it up every now and again on YouTube. See how you're both doing and how you're liking my songs.
You're listening to Robbie Williams Rewind.
So today we have got a special episode looking back at the amazing Port Vale concert.
Yes. The homecoming gig.
Yes. So basically, obviously, I think most people know,
Stoke.
but this was supposed to happen in 2020, but got delayed due to the C word.
Yes. Not cunt.
God. Only a minute in and you said it.
You didn't normally make me say it.
You have to put me off.
Oh, you meant, okay, the C word, yes. I know what you
COVID.
mean, yes.
So yes, COVID happened. So unfortunately that meant no Robbie gigs. So the Stoke concert was our first Robbie concert for 2.5 years since the Christmas concerts at Wembley.
I think it's fair to say that probably like everyone else, we were experiencing withdrawal symptoms
Yes.
from not seeing Robbie for such a long time.
Yeah. Oh. So we were very excited to go to Stoke, see lots of our Robbie friends in the queue.
It was a bit surreal, wasn't it, beforehand? Were we really going? Was it really going to happen?
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone else was feeling that way as well. But yeah, we were excited to see all of our friends as well.
Yeah.
In real life.
Yeah. We've seen a few. Right? We don't only see them at Robbie concerts. We have actually met up in real life with some of them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we kind of joined the queue and had great fun in the queue. Some funny things happened, like this guy stopping in his car and saying, "Hey, I'm playing a local band. Do you want me to come down later and sing you some songs?" So we were all like, yeah, go on. And so he did. He turned up later with his guitar and started playing some songs. He was playing On the Radio.
It was.
And another one, I can't remember how that one went. He did seem to play the same songs quite a few times. Not sure how many songs he actually knew.
Peter118 on Instagram.
Yeah.
I've
So
got
that was good
clip.
fun.
Do you want to hear it?
Oh yeah, play the clip.
Right, hang on.
Anything to get your muff out, aren't you? Yeah.
Oh dear.
Love it. Lynn. Hashtag gig 40. Yeah, definitely. Yay.
That's another one. That song's called Radio. No.
Oh, radio.
No way.
That sounds called radio.
I'll have a little bit of radio.
Radio.
On the radio.
Breaking out, breaking out. On the radio.
I'll tell you what, you've got to tell me for coffee.
So there we go. Peter118 with a few of our raid friends talking about my microphone wind. What's it called? Cover. Calling it a muff. Yeah.
You could hear obviously lots of background noise of everyone talking over that because we weren't positioned right next to Peter and his drummer.
Yes. I think it's fair to say that we knew pretty much everyone in the queue, or at least the first couple of hundred.
Not that many.
Maybe there was one or two we didn't know. But certainly in the early stages of the queue, the first sort of 50, 60 people, maybe first 100, we knew majority of. And it was an incredible atmosphere. We're obviously used to queuing, but it was so nice to see everyone. It was so, I don't know, can't even describe it. It's hard to describe it in words. I mean, we were all obviously there, camping out, eating together, drinking together, talking, and the weather was kind of on and off. One minute it was absolutely boiling, then it was absolutely freezing. And I think what the other lovely thing about the queue was the people of Stoke. I mean, you mentioned Peter 118, who we'll talk about again, I think later in this episode, because something else happened with Peter 118 that we found quite interesting, but we'll hold on to that. But people from Stoke were just walking by, chatting, saying hello. They were fascinated with why we were queuing. A lady pulled up in her car and said, "Are you okay? Is there anything you need? Can I get you anything?" And everyone said, no, we're okay. And then a few minutes later, she arrived with 3 bottles of wine and gave them to people, just randomly gave them to people. And then the fire station, the guy from the fire station came along just down the road and said, if anybody wants to use our facilities, you can come down, go to the toilet. Do you want any water? We just had people.
The policeman stopped in the police car and we all thought, we're in trouble. And then he just was checking everyone was okay, and he was lovely. And he said, any problems, you know, don't worry, we're just down the road. And he pointed up and there was a CCTV camera on the top of the tower block kind of opposite. And he said, don't worry, we're keeping an eye on you through that camera up there. Yeah,
it was incredible. Just really, really nice. So it was lovely to be with our lovely friends. Hello to all of you lot. And we're bringing in some of those lovely friends and people that we met in the queue into this episode, actually, because we were doing a little bit of outside broadcast recording in the queue. So we'll hear from a few of those. We'd had a little bit of fun and a few Robbie stories as well thrown in through this episode. And I guess a special shout out to Alan as well. You know, Alan Darg. He looked after us. He always manages the queue. Sometimes I help him, but generally he's there with his fluorescent tabard on, making sure everyone's all right, answering questions, sometimes rather strange questions, you know, helping people
find the
toilet, find the bins.
Someone asked him about whether he could get the toilet cleaned, the portaloo.
I think people would think he actually works for the production company. But yeah, he's just a volunteer, but he's a very good volunteer at that. So big shout out to him. What else, Lucy? What else in the build-up, in the queue?
We had BBC Midlands Today come along and film us. They spoke to Zoe, who was number 1 in the queue, and a couple of the ladies who had travelled the furthest. Well, the Australians travelled the furthest, but they weren't there at that moment. They spoke to Sarah from Italy and Bridget from Germany, and to Alan as well. Matt, you appeared on.
I appeared. I managed to get the logo on Midlands Today, which was quite good. So yeah, we were not the only people recording in the queue. BBC Stoke and BBC Midlands, BBC East Midlands. Who else? There was quite a lot of other reporters and journalists that were interested in this queuing malarkey, and I think they found the whole sort of tent village, interesting. And also a big shout out to the security team who were looking after the Port Vale ground. They came to us very early on and actually said, "Were we okay? And did we need anything?" And they were very, very friendly and very cooperative with what we were doing, which was nice, very understanding. I know that's not everyone's experience, just being honest, because the first, batch of people did get let in a very orderly fashion, who got there earliest. And unfortunately, I think a little bit after that, there was a little bit of a free-for-all with people who were, a bit later in the numbering system. But Port Vale don't do this sort of thing very often, so I'm sure they'll learn from that. But
if they do it again.
in general, our experience was really quite incredible, and it was lovely being with all the other people in the queue as well. It was like a mini holiday in a car park before the gig. So, anything else, Lucy?
No, I don't think so.
More may come to us. We're recording this on the Monday night after the weekend, so we're a little bit jaded. So if we don't sound our usual energetic selves, that could be why.
Yeah, just a bit tired.
But to give us a little break every now and again, we did some interviews in the queue. So we did some rapid fire, this or that, or would you rather sort of style questions, all Robbie themed, of course. And we asked people for their Robbie stories. So maybe should we start with one of those before we get into the actual concert itself? Okay. So let's play the first one.
So we're here at Port Vale in the queue. So we're going to speak to some people.
We are. We're going to have a chat with some of the top fans that are queuing for the gig.
Craziest fans. Maybe.
The craziest fans, top. True. Yeah. And we know all of them, don't we?
Yeah.
So let's start with this person here. Tell us your name and where you're from.
Well, my name is Dave, American Dave. I'm from New York, but I've been here for 26 years and loving it, my friends. And you? How are we?
We're very good.
Good.
Yes. So I'm going to ask you 10 quickfire questions.
I'm ready.
No hesitating.
I'm not ready, but I'm just saying I'm ready.
And then I'm going to ask you a few more thoughtful ones at the end.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Right.
So.
Yep.
Number 1. New album or another greatest hits?
New album.
Rude Box, love it or leave it?
Absolutely love it.
Swing or EDM?
EDM.
1 minute with Rob face to face or 1 hour video call?
Oh, face to face.
Face to face. Intimate gig or stadium gig?
Intimate.
The 80s or the 90s?
80s.
Tigers or monkeys?
Tigers.
Chocolate orange or Weight Watchers?
Chocolate orange.
Kylie Minogue or Nicole Kidman?
Kylie.
And main stage or B stage?
Main.
Main.
Do you like that?
Good answers. What do you think about those answers, Luce?
Very good, yeah.
And so finally, these aren't rapid fire, right? You can think about these.
Okay.
Do you have your own Robbie story that you want to tell us?
Probably. He tweeted back when we were in Stratford, first gig at the Olympic Stadium. There's a bit of mayhem in our famous queuing system, and we sorted things out, and one girl tweeted, and he tweeted back, "Thank you, American Dave." But no, I've shook his hand a couple of times. He's got really soft hands. I'm sure you ladies are going to appreciate that. But he does, doesn't he? His hands are ridiculously soft.
Yeah, I do remember.
And we met at before the Roundhouse gig started. That was really nice as well. So no, well, I'd really like to love to sit down with him because obviously we got a bit in common. So yeah.
So thank you, American Dave.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you, Dave.
Anytime, and continue on. Thank you.
So that was American Dave. Good to be queuing with you, American Dave. So we'll bring you a few more of those as we go through the episode. So Lucy, then moving on. So we get to the point of entry itself, going into the gig.
Yeah, that was very nice. We walked in and kind of did the conga.
Yeah, we did.
In a line.
Yeah.
The first 150 or so. At least I'd say about the first 50 people did that, and then maybe by then some people started running, and then people were running.
Yeah, a few people forgot the respectful system that we'd put in place.
Yeah.
We ended up on the corner of the beat stage.
Yeah.
Which was exactly where we wanted to be.
Yeah. And then obviously we had the DJs. Elliot and Matilda from Signal 1 came on, did a DJ set. Got the crowd going a bit, playing some sort of bangers. Matilda kept sort of dancing around, trying to get the crowd going. However, the only problem was...
Yeah, there was a problem.
We were absolutely freezing. It was Baltic.
I couldn't get any signal on my phone, so I really couldn't check the temperature. But bear in mind, this was June. And, okay, for international listeners, UK weather's not brilliant, as you probably know. It's a bit up and down. But at the beginning of June, normally we are expecting warm, mild temperatures. And for the few days when we were queuing for the gig, it was warm and the sun did come out. And on that day, no. I mean, it was out a bit during the day, but when we got into that stadium, it was like the middle of winter.
It was cloudy, it was windy, and we were absolutely frozen.
I mean, it's weird because I'm not really that bad for feeling the cold, but I had a t-shirt on and then I had a zip top on, and I just could not warm up at all.
Yeah.
I kept jumping about, dancing around, running on the spot. It was impossible.
Yeah.
So I think Elliot and Matilda did an amazing job. They played some great tunes, but I just don't think that people were.
It's just because everyone was
warm.
so cold. It was all you could think about.
It was actually, yes. It started. I was concerned that we were going to get hypothermia or something, but we managed to battle through.
So apologies to them, because it may have looked like we weren't enjoying it, but it was literally that we were just.
It was hard to motivate yourself to.
Yeah.
Even though you wanted to move, you were too cold.
Well, I was actually just in agony because I was just queuing for a while. I was hurting, and so the thought of dancing about when I didn't really need to just wasn't appealing.
I think a lot of us, certainly on the front row, were conserving energy as well, because we were pretty tired by that point and we were waiting for the adrenaline to kick in, which it always does when Rob comes on. But when the warm-up acts are on, you want to go for it, but you're kind of just like, oh, where's Rob?
Yeah.
Okay, so now time for an interview with another one of our very regular queue buddies, Helen Williams from Cardiff. And I've got a written reply from Helen here, which I'm going to read out on her behalf. So Helen has loved Robbie since the Take That days, and I'm leaving the Talking to the Champions because I have A, cerebral palsy, and B, a strong North Walian accent. So thank you, Helen, for giving me the answers for your quickfire round. So here's Helen's quickfire round. New album or another greatest hits? New album, in capitals. Rude Box, Love It or Leave It? That would be Leave It from Helen. Swing or EDM? Swing. 1 minute with Rob face to face or 1 hour video call? 1 minute face to face, and in brackets Helen says, just for a hug. Yes. I think I know a lot of people that feel that way. Number 5, intimate gig or stadium gig? Definitely stadium gig for Helen. The 80s or the 90s? The 90s. Tigers or Monkeys? Tigers. Chocolate Orange or Weight Watchers? Chocolate Orange. Kylie Minogue or Nicole Kidman? Kylie. Main stage or B stage? Can I be in between? But if I have to choose, main stage, as long as it's quite central so I can see the B stage too, / his behind. So thank you, Helen, for that. Helen, do you have your own Robbie story or memory you want to tell us? My first barrier experience was at Milton Keynes Bowl for Close Encounters. During Come Undone, he motioned so animal at me, and that will be etched in my memory forever. Can't describe how awesome it felt. So thank you, Helen. Really great to see you in the queue, and thanks for sending in your answers, and we will see you again soon. And thanks for listening to the podcast. And then who did we have?
And then we had Lufthouse.
We had Lufthouse, yeah.
Tim and Flynn, who we've obviously spoken about a lot. They wrote Take the Crown with Robbie and other music as well, other records. And so it's just the two of them, and they had a big screen behind them with, I'd say, artwork done by Robbie.
I think so. The images, the symbols looked extremely similar to the
black and white paintings with Ed Godrich, the kind of So I think there was animal look,
like a character. I couldn't quite tell what sort of animal it was, but there was a couple of
like a turtle or something.
Like a turtle looking. Yeah. That seemed to be the sort of logo. So there was some cool graphics going on in the background on the screen, and they were kind of jumping about, putting different tracks on. I think we heard a couple of unreleased.
We heard Lost.
Tracks.
Yeah, Lost.
Yeah.
which was a new one, and
Which we which we know is going to be on the Greatest Hits album.
yeah, we've
coming
kind
up.
of haven't mentioned that yet, but yeah,
Lucy's looking at me.
I'm
Going,
wondering whether we should say
this?"
anything.
Well, it was on Facebook.
Yeah,
I didn't put it on there. It appeared.
it appeared on Robbie's Facebook shop. Someone spotted it. It was at the cover of his Greatest Hits album with the track listing, and then obviously it disappeared because it got leaked, and then
I think
they
it could have
realised
been
it
an
got
error,
leaked.
or maybe it was leaked on purpose. Who knows?
But anyway, there was a new song on it called Lost, so we're wondering whether that is the same Lost that Lufthouse played, which had Robbie vocals on it.
Or Lufthouse could have been a remix of of that song called Lost.
Yeah.
We're not 100% sure.
Exactly,
But
yeah.
so, all options are open there, but it's definitely Lost.
Yeah.
Um,
They didn't do Sway, which
no, we didn't hear
surprised
Sway.
me. Yeah, or To the Light as well.
We heard a couple that we haven't.
did
Well,
some
we've
new
heard
ones.
Robbie sing on Instagram before,
Yes.
but we haven't officially heard before.
Yeah.
And then they also added in a couple of sort of mainstream sort of dance anthem type tracks as well that weren't theirs. So just to sort of keep the crowd going and get the set going. I mean, I like Lufthouse. I like the sort of EDM style music. I'll be honest, I'm not sure it went down. I mean, we were facing forward, so we can't always see what's going on behind us. So that's not necessarily a good reference point. But I'm not sure that the crowd really responded as well as they could have done to it, because I like the music, but there's really sort of trancey, quiet parts where, the sort of beat stops and there's just like a and people just stood there not quite knowing what to do. I think when you're in a club dancing or, raving around, it's a bit different, isn't it? But when you just kind of stood in the audience, you're just like, okay. But I think the crowd did get going for bits of it,
Yeah.
but it was.
They also did a remix of Be a Boy, which was really good.
Oh yeah, that was very good because obviously they wrote that with Rob, didn't
Yeah.
they?
So that was enjoyable. And obviously, most people knew it, so
Yeah.
that got the crowd going as well.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. But once again, as Lucy said a minute ago, it was hard because we were so cold. I mean, it's very hard to explain. We do live in England. We are used to it being kind of cold a lot
we
of the
weren't
time. But
prepared
it was. Bear in mind, this was June, and
it had been boiling hot.
Yeah, it'd been
previously.
hot during the previous days, and it was just so ice cold. And yeah, everybody was kind of turning blue.
Security did actually bring out a blanket to one of our friends.
So again, Tim and Flynn, if you're listening, Lufthouse, you did a great set. We really loved it. If people weren't really jumping around and going for it, once again, it was because a lot of people probably couldn't move because they were frozen.
Exactly.
So if you thought there was something up, then that was what it was. So,
Yeah. I literally couldn't move because I was in pain. The cold was making the pain worse, so I was trying to just keep moving just slowly.
Yeah. It gets better. Don't worry, listeners. We're not just going to moan about this. But anyway, yeah, we enjoyed the Lufthouse set. That was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It did sort of set the scene. They alluded to a certain singer being part of their group.
Yeah.
They said, we recorded this one with a guy that's about to come out on stage shortly, but they didn't explicitly talk about Rob being part of Lufthouse.
No.
Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I don't know. It's kind of obvious, I think, to the listeners of this show.
Yeah.
But yeah, they tried to keep the facade going for a little bit before the grand reveal, if there ever is going to be one.
Yeah.
So should we listen to another one of our Q buddies?
Yeah.
Let's have a listen.
What's your name and where do you come from?
Hello, my name's Bobby and I come from Grimsby.
Hey.
Hi, Bobby.
Hi, Bobby.
Hi, Matt.
We'll take quick fire questions. No hesitating.
Okay.
New album or another greatest hits?
New album.
Rude Box, love it or leave it?
Love it.
Swing or EDM?
Swing.
1 minute with Rob face to face or 1 hour video call?
Oh, 1 minute. I think.
Intimate gig or stadium gig?
Intimate gig. Of course.
The 80s or the 90s?
80s.
Tigers or monkeys?
Tigers.
Chocolate orange or Weight Watchers?
Chocolate orange.
Kylie Minogue or Nicole Kidman?
Kylie Minogue.
Main stage or B stage?
No. B stage.
So there we go, Bobby Brown.
Whose son Leo obviously works with Robbie.
Yes. And was discovered because Bobby posted some of his work. I think, was it on
the old app?
On the old app, yeah.
And just said, have a look at this. And then Robbie loved it.
Robbie
and
absolutely loved it, yeah. And
got in touch with him
off we
and
went.
employed him, much without Bobby knowing. And the rest is history.
Yes, exactly. So, yeah, thanks to Bobby for that one. So then, on to the main event, Lucy.
Yes. Very exciting it was.
So there was actually, what was quite nice, I don't know about you, Luce, but there was only a tiny gap between Lufthansa finishing and the band coming on. Like they finished about...
it was 8:30. I looked at my watch and then Rob came on at 9. It was half an hour, but it felt...
Lucy's very precise with her timings. If I get it wrong, I always get told off.
It felt quicker than half an hour, though.
It did feel quicker than half an hour. I think it was just after 8:30 that they came off. And then I think because you could see that all of the band equipment was already on the stage. So it's like, okay, this isn't going to be too long. And
well, the sort of
what?
The people who play the instruments for
the musicians.
No, I don't mean that.
Oh, you mean the roadies?
Yeah, like the roadies.
Oh,
that's the
dear.
word.
People that test
the test musicians. I don't know what their name is. They came on and started testing all the instruments.
But it was nice because sometimes there can be a really big gap between the support act and Rob coming on, and it didn't feel like that at all. So so then we're on to the main event. Rob himself, so Born Slippy, Underworld, came on, which for most fans you will know that is often, I think pretty much always used these days as the kind of warm-up song to get everybody going, to get the band going. And on they came. So the band all came on, backing singers.
But you're forgetting Born Slippy that was played just before everyone came on. That was a nice touch, wasn't
just
it?
Said that.
I wasn't listening.
You weren't listening. I just went through a really big build-up and you weren't listening to me.
I was reading a message.
Will you stop multitasking?
Sorry.
So the band all came on stage and looking excited. And what happened next?
Well, then the main man came on, Let Me Entertain You, started.
Yep.
He came on, he said...
Struck the pose.
Yep. And then he said, my name is Robbie fucking Williams. This is my arse.
Yeah, he did. He turned around and pointed at his arse.
House. And for the next 2 hours, your arse is mine. Is that what he said? I feel like he said something extra as well.
He said something extra as well.
Yeah.
But he did a very, the usual powerful opening.
Yeah.
Went down very well. There was a lot of screaming from the crowd at that point.
Yeah, it was good.
So I opened as usual, well, as quite often happens with Let Me Entertain You. Very rousing start. The crowd absolutely loving it, going for it. You could see Rob was already in the zone. He was just so excited to be there. You could just see the excitement in his eyes.
I found what he actually said. So he came on and he said, my name is Robert fucking Williams from Greenbank fucking Road. This is my band. This is my arse. And tonight, this is my fucking house.
Yeah. And it was.
Yeah, it was good. I've been looking forward to bouncing, doing the one hand in the air, 2 hands in the air and bounce for so long. I very much enjoyed that moment.
Yeah. Yeah, it was surreal, actually.
Yeah, it was.
Because we had such a long build up. Well, not just a 2.5 year build up, but just a long build up to the actual event and a few days before. And so, yeah, to be there bouncing and it to be live and, you know, all our friends around us and he was on stage, it was a very surreal moment. But I think that was when I first started to feel as though I might be warming up.
Yeah, suddenly
at that
I wasn't
point,
in
the
pain.
adrenaline was going and we felt a lot better at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he had his nice, the same clothes that he wore in Melbourne, the nice sparkly jacket and black vest and black trousers.
Yes.
Louboutin shoes.
Green socks.
Yeah, they were green, weren't they? Yeah.
Yes, they did stick out.
Yeah. So should we play another interview?
Yeah, let's find out who we've got now.
What's your name and where do you come from?
I'm Katie and I'm from Lincoln.
Right, 10 quickfire questions, no hesitating. New album or another greatest hits?
New album.
Rude box, love it or leave it?
Love it.
Swing or EDM?
Swing.
1 minute with Rob face to face or 1 hour video call?
1 minute face to face.
Intimate gig or stadium gig?
Intimate gig.
The 80s or the 90s?
90s.
Tigers or monkeys?
Tigers.
Chocolate orange or Weight Watchers?
Chocolate orange.
Kylie Minogue or Nicole Kidman?
Kylie.
Main stage or B stage?
Backstage.
Oh, good answer. Yes. We should have put that one on. I see.
Thank you very much, Katie.
Yes, thank you.
down for Vegas.
Yeah, so there's Katie.
From episode 2, which was Life Through a Lens B-sides and Escapology.
Yeah. Thank you, Katie. Good to see you in person. So, back to the gig. So we had that rousing "Let Me Entertain You" to get everybody right into the mood. And what was next on the set list, Luce?
Monsoon.
Mushroom.
Yeah. always a good song in a concert. I'm glad he included that on the set list.
Yeah, we do like it when Monsoon's included, don't
yeah,
we?
Yeah, it's really good.
It is one of our faves,
It
actually.
should have been a single, I think,
Yeah.
instead of Something Beautiful. That's my opinion.
Yes. And obviously when we get to the Hyde Park episode, you'll understand why I said mushroom. But
Oh, yeah.
because mushroom is in it, isn't it?
Yeah.
The word mushroom, I mean.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything else to say about Monsoon. It's just great as normal. I think it was during Monsoon that he came, because we were at the end of the B stage, it was during that song that he came along the walkway and was actually finally right in front of us instead of being up on the main stage a bit further away. So that was good.
Yeah, and I guess it goes without saying, if you already listen, you know where to find all the stuff, but look us up on Facebook and Instagram, TikTok, sometimes there's bits on there, and Twitter, or on our website. We've got an episode webpage, so we'll probably put a lot of the links to some of the things that we've posted, photos, videos, maybe some articles and stuff on that episode webpage as well. So you can kind of visualize what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So,
should we have
Monsoon?
another interview?
Let's have another one. What's your name and where do you come from?
I'm Mandy from Buckinghamshire.
Thank you, Mandy. I'm going to ask you 10 quickfire questions. You ready?
Yep.
New album or another greatest hits?
New album.
Rude box, love it or leave it?
Love it.
Swing or EDM?
Swing.
1 minute with Rob face to face or an intimate video? No. Intimate video call. That could be a bit rude, couldn't it? Intimate video call. You're going to go for that one, right? Okay. The options are changing as we go along. Okay, so it's an intimate video call.
No, it's not.
No, we'll just go with that. Intimate gig or stadium gig?
Intimate.
Intimate. 80s or 90s?
90s.
Tigers or monkeys?
Tigers.
Chocolate orange or Weight Watchers?
Chocolate orange.
Kylie Minogue or Nicole Kidman?
Kylie.
Main stage or B stage?
Bedroom.
Oh. Brilliant. And do you have a Robbie story you want to tell us?
Yes, I'd like my petrol back, please, for the lift I gave you in 1993, as prices have increased. Thank you.
So there you go, Rob. Including inflation, right? Okay. Thank you, Mandy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mandy.
Thank you. Matt's Muff and Lucy.
Hi, I'm Robbie Williams, and you're listening to Robbie Williams Rewind with the Champions.
Yes, another reference to my muff there for some reason. Which is a windproof recording microphone shield cover. So thank you, Mandy, for joining us. So then what did we go on to, Liz? What's next on the set list?
Land of a Thousand Dances.
Yeah.
Which obviously he's sung a lot in Vegas. So they're well practiced with that one. So I guess that's why they like to include it in the set list. He does some good moves to that song. It's quite a good one to include.
And isn't that the one that he did with Tom Jones?
Yeah.
Where he was doing his crazy dancing at the Brits.
Yes, it is.
Time.
Yeah, 1998. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so I think we better move on to the next interview because the next one's quite long and it's also very funny.
Yeah, it is. I don't think we need to explain any more, but listen to how the story unfolds on this one.
What's your name and where do you come from?
My name is Emma. I come from Dublin.
Right, I'm going to ask 10 quick...
Next round.
10 quick fire questions.
That was an easy one. Can I lock it in? I know that.
New album or another greatest hits?
Sorry?
New album or another greatest hits?
Oh, if we could have a greatest hits of like old ones that he never, ever, ever, ever performs, I would love that.
Okay. Yeah. Rude Box, love it or leave it?
Might be unpopular opinion, but I'd leave it. I'm so sorry.
Swing or EDM?
Swing. I love it. Yeah.
A 1 minute with Rob face to face or 1 hour video call?
Ooh. Do you know what? I've had a face to face, so I think I'd do a video call for an hour. Okay. Yeah. We dig deep there. I'd get in there. Yeah.
Intimate gig or stadium gig?
Intimate.
The 80s or the 90s?
I would do intimate, but but none of this messing. There'd only be like 100 of us or something. We'd all sit on beanbags. Yeah, doing a bit of a queue success.
Sounds good.
That'd be deadly.
Intimate gig or... No, I've done that one.
No,
sorry.
I've already explained that.
Come on, Lucy.
The 80s...
You want me to sit there? You're doing a swell job.
The 80s or the 90s?
Just in general?
The songs.
Or in general, it's up to you. You interpret that however you want. This is the rapid fire round.
90s.
Chocolate orange or Weight Watchers?
Sorry?
Chocolate orange or Weight Watchers?
Because Weight Watchers is a weight loss thing. I thought there was another like Slimming World. I thought she was giving me 2 options. I was like, there's a weight loss thing called orange. Chocolate orange, 100%.
Kylie Minogue or Nicole Kidman?
Kylie Minogue. Who wants like Nicole Kidman?
Main stage or B stage?
Oh. First night main stage, second night B stage, third night we decided. Depends on where you're going. Yeah, you can't choose between that.
Okay, the next two, and they're not rapid fire. Do you have your own Robbie story that you'd like to share or memory?
Lads. When we met him, I suppose, because that was a long ass day, wasn't it? She drank soup out of a fucking carton that you're supposed to put. Oh, we can't swear. I'm sorry.
We're all right.
Sorry.
You go for it. Just say it how it is.
Coming into it. I'm not
We did.
apologise for that. She left it on a wall. So we went. So Robbie was coming to town and go to Fair City, and he was coming onto the Late Late Show. Yeah, and we heard he was in town. So obviously we got in the car at whatever time in the day, about 11 o'clock in the morning or something. Went to the Continental Hotel, and we could see all radio DJs going in and out because they were interviewing him and stuff like that. And we were just stood out. He did a press conference, so we were there for till about 5, 6 in the evening, just sitting on fucking benches like squatters' rights at this point. We were just like, oh, we'll just stay here. And then we saw all the fans that we recognised leaving, so I was like, oh, we must be going over to RTE now. RTE is a television station in Ireland. And we went.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. We went there, as we do. That's where we meet most of the stars, isn't it? It's a big place. And first famous.
They all come to Ireland.
Nobody come to Ireland. Don't do it. So we went and we're outside RTE again from like 5 to like, he was on first, and then we knew that he was just going to bail straight after, and he doesn't come in the main door, obviously. So we were like, fuck this, he's gone now. He's gone. He's on his flight home. So we started, admitting defeat. It was freezing cold. It was November, was it?
It's like the Antarctic. Yeah.
It was November and it was Baltic states. So we started walking down as if we were going home, and then we spotted the vans down a sideway near the back door. All the vans that we saw at the hotel, and we said, guys, let's just hover here for a minute. We had our bags with all our food in, so we'll just sit at a picnic table and we'll just have a bit. And then we started noticing some of the security and stuff, and we went over to the barrier, and all of a sudden he just fucking walks out like it's nothing.
I was like, and he was like, where's everyone?
And he was like, yeah, where's everyone? I was like, shh, they're around there. They were in the front still, like gobshites. like silently screaming. And he came out and he was just like, has anyone got a light? Because he was smoking at the time. I know it's frowned upon. But he was smoking at the time. He doesn't do it anymore. But yeah, and there was two people there, like a couple, and she was just like, give me a kiss. And he was like, all right, lovely, just back up a little bit. And I was like, she's not with us. We're all right. So, and it was great.
The song. Yeah.
He asked about what? The song?
Yeah.
No.
Were you there?
What song did he ask about?
This is my interview. What song?
Do you remember we were talking about it yesterday? About Joe Looking Woman.
Oh, yes, yeah. What did he ask?
He had entered the interview singing a bit of, he'd entered to that music and sang a bit of the song, and the crowd went mental.
Oh, the Joe Dolan song.
When he came out to us, he said, if I do that in
Dublin, will they like it?
He asked, will they
go down well?
Will they do that or 5,000 miles?
Yeah, well, 5,000 miles was in Scotland, and we said no. So he came out and asked, okay, right, Joe Dolan, right?
Yeah.
Joe Dolan is an old Irish singer from back in the day, sorry. Oh, wrap it up. Okay, sorry.
She's a producer.
We'll get there.
They're playing, stop the music, I'm still talking.
I'd like to thank God.
Who?
Joe Dolan.
So Joe Dolan, he's an Irish singer in Ireland, okay? He does the big band stuff. Pete's mates with him. Slept in Robbie's cot back in the 70s when Rob was a bab. And he tells that story, he does.
He told on
the Lately. Yeah.
This is a full episode, I think.
Yeah.
On its own.
He came out. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'll make it quick. So yeah, he came out and he asked us like, "Will I sing a Joe Dolan song?" So if anybody that was in Dublin, that's because of us that he sang that. He sang, "Oh me, oh my, you make me sigh, such a good-looking woman." That's it, Bob Dolan. Joe Dolan. He's dead now, anyway. God rest his soul. So less of that. And he did pet my dog. He played in the GAA club, the GAA. That's Gaelic football for those of
Are
you.
we on to another story now?
Anyway, yeah, so we met him. He stood and chatted. Back to the story where we met him. Yeah. So we talked with Joe Dolan for a bit. He had a cigarette and he just shot the shit, didn't he? We were just shooting the shit, having the chats. And he looked and smelled unreal. His skin, he looked like unreal.
What an amazing story. Thank you, Emma.
Yeah, I'm so sorry it's not better than that. Like, it's just like we met him outside RTE. Like,
I feel as I've heard 10 stories in one.
Is that it? Yeah, that's
Okay.
it.
Thank you very much.
Emma. Nice to talk to you.
You're very well. Is this on? You're very welcome. You're very welcome.
Definitely on. Yes, the microphone was definitely on and it was recording throughout, as you could hear. Well done, Emma. She had us, as you could hear, in absolute stitches. And it really was just, everybody we spoke to was great fun. But Emma, I think, probably should be a comedian on stage because her stories were just hilarious.
It's just the way she tells them.
It was the way she told it. And her other friends, the other Irish girls there.
Including Elaine.
Yes, who's been on the podcast.
Yeah.
Egging her on and laughing and adding little comments in throughout. So, yeah, that was a fun interview. So, yeah, thank you, Emma.
So the next song was Strong.
Yeah.
I liked this song in particular because at one point he came over towards us and he gave me a little point.
He did.
Matt didn't notice it.
Well, I'm not always staring directly at Rob. I'm, looking at what's happening around the scene as well. But it was a very subtle little. You've got the video, didn't you? As well as a very subtle little point. Interestingly enough, and I don't think we talked about this earlier on. It was Strong 5 years ago today.
Oh yeah, from when we were recording.
So recording on when is it? Monday the 6th of June. So 5 years ago today, we were at Southampton for the Heavy Entertainment Show tour.
Yeah.
And we were fairly high up in the queue there. And that's when he shouted champion at the top of his voice.
During Strong.
During Strong. So maybe
he spotted us and just went, champion!
Yeah, so maybe there's a little bit of a connection with us and Strong. I don't know. That seems
just coincidence.
You never know. He might have wanted to say champion again, but realised that he was being filmed. Actually, we didn't mention that, did we? It looked as though there was film cameras.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Like proper film cameras. Very, very expensive film cameras and a crew. Not just for the visuals in the stadium. Obviously, they have the big screens. But for another production.
It said it was being directed by
James
Tonkin, who made a lot of the Rude Box videos.
Yes.
And has done various stuff with Rob over the years. We also met Gabby, one of his producers who produced Nobody Someday on the Friday. She came up to us and started having a chat with us. So she said that she was doing a project with Rob, but we don't know what that is. So, yeah. Obviously lots happening in the background. A lot is being recorded for various things coming up, which is exciting.
Yeah. Gabby Chalmika was who we met, who's the producer of Nobody Someday and Live at Nebworth. And she asked me what was the first gig I ever went to. And my first one, as everyone knows who's listened to this, was actually Robbie at Glastonbury, which wasn't really his own gig, but that is definitely my first one.
Yeah,
where I saw him live. That interesting little tidbit there. Things are being filmed. We're not exactly sure whether it's a subunit of the Better Man film, maybe, or it could be something else, or it could be both. Who knows? But yeah, things are happening.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Should we do another interview?
Yeah. Let's go into another interview. I was only going to say about Strong is obviously everybody in the whole stadium sang it.
Yeah.
Which you could hear, that football stadium echo. There was just something very emotional about that echo with everybody singing it along. It was just, it was good. So let's hear another interview. Okay, so time for another quickfire round. So firstly, what's your name and where do you come from?
Hello, my name is Janet and I live in the Netherlands and I'm born in South America in Peru.
Ah, brilliant. So I'm going to ask you 10 quickfire questions and you just let me know what you like. So, new album or another greatest hits?
A difficult question, but I understand what he will do now. 25 years solo artist, but I prefer a new album with a new song.
Album. Yeah.
But I understand why he do. Yeah.
So, 2, Rude Box, love it or leave it? Do you love it or leave it?
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Yeah.
Cool. Swing or EDM dance?
I go for the swing.
Swing. Yeah. So if you could have 1 minute with Rob face to face or a 1 hour video call, which one?
I want the 1 hour and I want to ask if he will do the boxing workouts with me.
Ah, cool. So an intimate gig, a small gig, or a stadium gig?
An intimate gig. Of
course.
course.
The 80s or the 90s?
Oh, difficult for me. I don't know. I love.
You can't choose.
Can't choose. Love them
Okay,
both.
so you love them
The
both.
lyric is also the 80s.
Okay.
You can understand, and the 90s you can.
So, tigers or monkeys?
That's difficult. I'm a monkey.
You're a monkey.
No, I'm a fish, and I'm in Chinese I am a monkey, and here I am a fish. I'm born in the March. Is a fish.
Okay.
I go for the monkey.
Monkey, right. Chocolate orange.
I bought one for Rob. I bought one.
So chocolate orange or Weight Watchers?
Chocolate orange.
Of course. Kylie Minogue or Nicole Kidman?
Kylie, of course.
And the main stage or the B stage? It's all right. Just Emma putting some rubbish in the bin there.
I prefer the main stage.
Main stage. Great. Thanks, Jeanette.
All right. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jeanette. Good to meet you in person in the queue. So, what did we move on to after Strong, Lucy?
Come Undone.
Yes. That had to be in there, didn't it?
Yeah.
It had to be in there. Now, remind me at this point, and remind our listeners who maybe weren't there. I'm sure everyone's watched all the videos by now, but he was telling a story, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Had he started his story at this point? I think he had, hadn't he? Or was he just...
No, I think he started it around here.
Yeah, I think he started talking about going and doing some ruddy drugs and... You know, I think he gave a little bit of a preamble to Come Undone, didn't he? Like a lead in, like an intro story to it.
Yeah. Don't do drugs, kids. That's a warning. That's what he said.
Yeah. So actually, what was interesting was that the show itself turned into a mini biopic.
Yeah.
Very mini.
Each song had a little intro. Yeah.
But I think he felt as though because he was at home, he had to retell his story to everyone, and it was really nice actually the way he was linking it together. I think he'd obviously really thought about what he wanted to do and how he wanted to tell it. Yeah, I mean, Come Undone, what a classic.
Yeah, and there was a particular moment which obviously we enjoyed in the first verse when Robbie sings,
"Oh yes,
such a whore, such a saint." He pointed at our friend Alan for such a whore. Then at himself for such a saint.
Yes.
And then so full of shit, he pointed at Alan again. And then kind of pointed to Alan's wife, Sarah, and said, right?
Yeah.
As in Alan's full of shit.
And Alan was stood next to Lucy and I, because obviously we do most of our gigs with Alan and Sarah when we can. And Alan spent probably all of Sunday and quite a lot of Monday scouring or every single video that everybody had put out to see if anybody had caught that moment. And then Lucy reminded him that I'd caught it crystal clear and we'd already posted it on Instagram. So sorry about that, Alan. I know that you were searching for that and I caught it. So serendipity, we have that moment for posterity, which was very, very nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I always love to hear that song live. It's a classic.
And once again, absolutely, well, it felt like everyone, I'm a bit biased because obviously everyone around the front row certainly was singing their heads off to this song. Yeah, classic. So, should we hear another one of our Q buddies?
What's your name and where do you come from?
I'm Bridget and I'm from Germany.
Okay, 10 quickfire questions. New album or another greatest hits?
New album, definitely.
Yeah.
Rude box, love it or leave it?
Love it, absolutely.
Swing or EDM?
Oh, swing.
1 minute with Rob face to face or 1 hour video call?
1 hour video call.
Yeah.
Intimate gig?
Much more time.
Yes. Intimate gig or stadium gig?
Intimate, of course. The Roundhouse gig was perfect.
Exactly. The 80s or the 90s?
I need to say 90s because I'm just born 87, so...
Tigers or monkeys?
tigers.
Chocolate orange or Weight Watchers?
Oh. So I did Weight Watchers. I say Weight Watchers.
Ah.
Cool. You're the first person
First
to
Weight
say
Watchers
it.
of the day. Well done.
Kylie Minogue or Nicole Kidman?
Kylie Minogue.
Main stage or B stage?
B stage.
Ooh.
And do you have a Robbie story that you want to share?
My Robbie story. I was on stage and I was so flashed I couldn't talk to him because I was so nervous and not confident about my English.
Yeah. Oh, so you went up on stage with him?
Yeah, in Munich 5 years ago already.
Yeah.
And because of this, I went to an English school to,
to
get
learn
better.
English?
Yeah,
Oh, that's amazing.
And then I met him in London.
Yeah.
It was
cool.
But just walking by.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he saved my life in a way, but he doesn't know it. But it was life changing for me.
Oh, that's amazing.
Well, he's going to know it now. We think he listens. So, thank you, Rob. Great.
Interesting. Thank you.
Thank
you,
you,
very much,
Bridget.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Bridget. Lovely story there from Bridget.
It was nice to see Bridget. We met her at the Under the Radar concert as well.
Yeah, we did. And Bridget, you speak incredible English.
Yeah, you don't need to worry about it at all.
No worries there.
Very, very clear.
And we're not just saying that. So, what came up next?
Well, on the set list, the official set list.
Which thank you, just thank you to Zoe. Zoe, the Stokey Zoe, managed to get the printed set list from the B stage, and obviously she deserved that because she was number one in the queue and our token local. And she let me take a picture of that, and that's how we managed to. Obviously, we remember the set off by heart, but
no.
So Lucy, sorry, you were saying that something appears on the set list.
Yeah, so on the set list it says Road to Mandalay, but they didn't sing that, which is a shame because I love that song live. The Bum Bums.
Yeah, I wonder how he'd have woven into his story at that point.
Yeah, it's interesting.
How does that link? Because he was talking about Come Undone, with obviously the drugs and addiction and, falling apart and,
Yeah, I don't know, but
that part
we
of the
were
story.
thinking that maybe they were going to do the T-shirt guns and then they decided against it. I don't know. But I'd love to see the T-shirt guns again.
Bum, 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 bum.
So instead of doing Road to Mandalay, what he actually did was play a clip of the Do What You Like video on the screen behind him, which is always hilarious. And he basically talked about how excited he was at the time of making that video, that he was actually making a video, but that he couldn't believe what he was actually doing in the video.
Yes.
And he said he was so proud of the video on one hand, but also totally embarrassed and hoped that no one ever saw it on the other hand.
Yeah, he said he was so excited to be doing his first music video and the first promo video came from it. And what I found amusing, maybe it was just I wasn't watching it all, but a lot of the clips seem to be the bits with Gary Barlow in it. Where the woman.
He's the lead singer of that song.
But where the woman's eating, I don't know, jelly and whatever off his chest.
Yeah, because
I didn't see a lot of Robbie in it.
Yeah, it was all about Gary, wasn't it? It was the first video, and it was always going to be about Gary and his four backing singers.
Would you be allowed to do a video like that now?
God, no. Can you imagine
where people are actually eating off of people's chests,
like
and
One
stomachs
Direction
and stuff?
doing that? It just wouldn't happen.
Like licking jelly off whatever they were doing,
their bums or whatever.
It's just,
I don't think they licked off their bums. They just
no,
mocked
I think
their
you
bums.
made that bit up.
Yes.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was a really fun moment. I enjoyed that a lot.
It was, and I think what I found interesting about that was, from that point, I think we knew where it was going, didn't we? Because obviously we had no idea what was happening. He'd kept it very secretive, which was good. But I think we realised, okay, so he's gonna continue to tell this story, and he was I think he was really, you could tell he was just really enjoying telling his story bits as well.
Yeah. So then he launched into
Could It Be Magic?
Yeah. He did a nice intro to that where he said something along the lines of, take that. What was it? They suddenly our record went higher up in the charts when I became the lead singer.
Yeah, the lead. Yeah, this is the time I was the lead singer, and yeah.
Suddenly they got to like number 3 or something
Really
instead
successful.
of number 7, just because he was on the lead, which actually I think is the true reality. It was because he was on the lead that it did so well, and he looks so good in the video.
Yeah. So you say.
So I think that it did help.
He also made a joke afterwards by saying something about, oh yeah, back in the day, all you guys weren't really into this, and now you're here. You know, there's 50-year-old guys dancing along to "Could It Be Magic?"
Because he did do the dance moves, the jumping backwards and forwards bit, which I loved to see.
He said, "How you've changed."
Brilliant. Yeah.
So that was a nice, fun part, nice sort of tongue-in-cheek, a warm part of the show. Actually, I thought it was nice that he was nodding back to his history and how he started.
But he did say that didn't go down that well. I guess I couldn't see what was happening behind us, but certainly at the front, everyone was loving it.
Yes.
But maybe that's because there was a lot of kind of football fans, you know, local Stokies.
Yeah, and to be honest, I happen to be married to a Take That fan, so I know, and I've seen it lots. But if you were not into Take That, and if you haven't seen the videos 16,000 times like we have, then you may have never seen that video. You're a bit biased, Lucy. You think everybody knows about that video.
Well, it's not the video, it's a dance routine that they do on stage.
Oh, I was thinking about Do What You Like video as well.
No, right,
I was thinking, I was pairing those two things together because the Do What You Like video was obviously the early days of Take That, and then Could It Be Magic was when suddenly that song went crazy, and he says it's because of him. But yeah, no, I thought he said the video didn't go down so well. Or was it the song?
No, he thought the song didn't go down that well in the crowd, that it didn't get that good a reception as he thought it would.
Who knows? I mean,
but I think that was just the crowd. If he did that at a normal Robbie gig, I think.
Yeah, but yes,
because a lot of locals went just because it was
true.
Robbie.
It's true. There weren't. It wasn't just all hardcore Robbie fans there. There were people there that were supporting him because they live locally.
Yeah, who wanted to be a part of it.
Yeah,
part of local history.
Yeah. Obviously, he gets more of a bird's eye view of what's going on behind us than the first few rows were certainly absolutely going for it.
Yeah. So let's hear from our next.
Let's go to our next Q buddy.
What's your name and where do you come from?
I'm Kelly Thurston and I'm from a little place called Saffron Walden in Essex.
Okay, 10 quickfire questions, no hesitating. New album or greatest hits?
New album.
Rude Box, love it or leave it?
Love it.
Swing or EDM?
Swing.
1 minute with Rob face to face or 1 hour video call?
Difficult one. How long face to face?
1 minute.
No, I'll take the video call.
Okay. Intimate gig or stadium gig?
Intimate.
The 80s or the 90s?
The 90s, if you're talking about Rude Box.
Yes, we are. Tigers or monkeys?
Tigers.
Chocolate orange or Weight Watchers?
Chocolate orange.
Kylie Minogue or Nicole Kidman?
Nicole Kidman.
Oh, you're our first Nicole. Main stage or B stage?
Main stage.
Thank you, Kelly.
Yeah. Thank you, Kelly.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Robbie Williams, and you're listening to Robbie Williams Rewind with the Champions.
There we go.
Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you, Kelly.
So, next, Robbie sings Don't Look Back in Anger.
Yeah.
Which
I
was
could hardly
curveball.
believe it when I heard the first sort of guitar opening piece to this.
Yeah. So he introduced this by saying that obviously he just played Take That So he sort of covered the Take That bit.
And the song that made Take That a success, with Robbie being in the lead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was a cover.
Yeah.
Then he basically said how he went out drinking with Oasis and went to Glastonbury, and going to Glastonbury got him the sack from Take That. Can you believe it?
He said, what grounds is that for being sacked, going to Glastonbury and meeting up with Oasis? Obviously, there was a lot more to it than that, but Rob was paraphrasing. He was also fast-forwarding through the whole Take That career that he had at this point.
So then he played that, which is kind of funny because at the same time, Liam was playing Nebworth.
Yeah.
And no doubt playing that song as well.
Yeah, I saw the set list for that earlier on. I think that was on there.
No, of course it would be.
But I thought that was quite nice. Obviously, the press have had a field day about whether they're still talking to each other or still want this boxing match, whatever they were going to do. But I think they made up a while ago, didn't they?
Yeah.
And I thought it was quite. I think it was a respectful nod actually to them. I think Robbie likes a bit of Oasis. He probably wouldn't come out and say that, but
also I think it was thrown in for a lot of the kind of football fans that were there.
Yeah.
Maybe not so much Robbie fans, but just locals that went along. They'd all know that song.
But I thought, we're biased, okay, but I thought it sounded really good with him singing it.
Yeah.
And he was also trying to do Liam's gestures and his walk where he kind of leans his head back and his chest back and kind of walks. Yeah, you know what I mean, when he kind of does that.
Well, and then he started sticking
walk.
his two fingers up at.
Yeah.
Was it Katie?
Yeah.
Or was it one of the Irish girls? I can't remember.
I think it was.
It was Kira, I think.
I think it was our Irish friends, Kira. Yeah.
It's basically as if she's Liam. As if he's Liam.
Two fingers
up, and he sort of went "fuck off" to her and all of that.
Oh no, sorry.
And then he went, "I didn't mean that." But he's fully aware that Noel sings that song, but he was just doing an impression of Liam whilst singing an Oasis song.
Yes.
And it was funny.
And it went down really well. Obviously, once again, the whole stadium was singing it. So I think that one was very much a crowd pleaser. I think he knew what he was doing, putting that in, and obviously fitted with the story as well.
Yeah.
And it was something a bit different. It was nice to hear him singing something different, actually. So, shall we hear another one of our friends from the queue? So, what's your name and where do you come from?
I'm Petra. I'm from Belgium.
Cool. I'm going to ask you 10 quickfire questions, no hesitating, okay? New album or greatest hits?
New album.
Rude Box, love it or leave it?
Leave it.
Swing or EDM?
EDM.
Cool. 1 minute with Rob, face to face, or 1 hour video call?
1 minute face to face.
Right. Intimate gig or stadium gig?
Intimate gig.
The 80s or the 90s?
The 90s.
Tigers or monkeys?
Tigers.
Chocolate orange or Weight Watchers?
I don't like chocolate orange, so Weight Watchers.
Okay. Good reason. Kylie Minogue or Nicole Kidman?
Oh, Kylie Minogue.
Main stage or B stage?
Main stage.
Cool. So now you can think about these ones.
Yeah.
Have you got a story that you would like to tell us about Robbie?
I got a few, but I'll tell one.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when my best friend passed away 14 years ago, and I used to go to Werchter with him 4 days in a row every year. And then when Robbie came back to Belgium, he played Werchter. And he dedicated Angels to my best friend.
Oh.
And in front of 65,000 people.
Oh.
So that was really special, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
lovely.
That's the best moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a lovely
and that was the last time I ever cried about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I've never cried about it anymore.
Oh,
It kind of it felt like closure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a lovely thing. Thanks, Rob, for that.
Yeah.
So that's a lovely story, lovely memory. Thank you for sharing that, Petra.
Yes. No problem, Matt. It was my great pleasure.
Thank you, Petra.
Thank you. Woo! Thank you, Petra.
We have always tried to get her to do an episode with us, but she's not keen. So we were very happy to get her to at least do that.
Yes. Petra has followed Robbie since the beginning and is a super fan, and we enjoy queuing with her. So, yeah, thank you for that.
Then, moving on to the next song in the set list, which was my favourite moment from the whole gig.
Yeah.
So he'd started it by talking about
give us the build-up. We need the build-up.
He started it by saying about his old manager from Take That and saying that he was a lovely, lovely man and I would recommend that you go and work with him.
Yes.
He's a cunt. That's basically what he did.
Yeah, he said... I can't say what I want to say because I'm going to get sued. But what I will say then is he's a lovely, 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 lovely man. Yes. And for legal reasons, who was Robbie talking about, Lucy?
Nigel Martin Smith.
Yes. His manager from Take That.
Yeah. So he said he wrote this song about him. And well, anyway, it's one of my all-time favourite Robbie songs. It's definitely in my top 20, maybe even in my top 10, if I could whittle it down that much. So I was very happy when he played this song.
And not very often sung live.
No, he did it in 2012 at the ballroom shows.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember, obviously he used to play it on the early tours, but I don't think he's played it since 2012, so that's a good 10 years, so it's very exciting.
Yeah, you were extremely excited when it came on.
Yes, so obviously we are talking about Karma Killer, which is an absolute banger, and he should play it more often.
Yeah, and all thoughts of being cold were gone at this point, right?
Oh yeah, jumping up and down, singing along. I hope you choke on your Bacardi and Coke.
Doesn't it start, you've been naughty?
Very, very naughty
at the beginning.
Yeah, which actually is very much like Ebenezer Good, Billy Shaman, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
That's probably where he took the idea.
But that went off. Well, once again, I don't know about behind us, but certainly the first few rows just absolutely went for it.
Although I did receive a lovely message from Michelle, one of our listeners, who told me what it went down like at the back, because she didn't get there till about, I don't know, I think she said 6 or something like that. And she had sent me a nice description of her experience from being at the back, which I'm just going to read a little from. Let me just read you what she talked about. Firstly, I absolutely loved the creativity of the Burslem businesses. Walking to the concert from town, a local furniture warehouse was offering pot noodles and ham sandwiches to buy. Spend £1 to spend a penny. My husband was desperate for the loo, so we took them up on the offer.
That's a good idea.
And so she sent me a picture of this warehouse, and it's just basically this warehouse full of just random furniture and not, it just looks almost like second-hand furniture. And then there's just this box of sort of sandwiches at the front. So many pubs in Burslem seemed to have Robbie parties bursting at the seams. I was so gutted to miss out on a Robbie beer mat that was being sold in the street, which we did get, actually. I'll try and remember to post a picture of that.
Yeah.
In the stadium itself, I think far less people took up the unreserved seating than you might usually see in Manchester, for example. I felt that the pitch was heaving, not in a bad way, just lots of people wanting that experience. Yeah, and I have to say, we couldn't really see the seats all that well from where we were, but there were...
I could.
Well, you
They're
said...
bright yellow, the seats, and you said to me, are those the unreserved seats? And I said, yeah, they've got to be. There was 2 blocks sort of nearest to stage
Yeah, they wouldn't have had a very good view from there.
And there was a few people sat at the bottom, but about a quarter of them at the bottom were filled, and then I think everyone else was on the pitch.
Because people want to dance, don't they?
Yeah.
And she said, despite not arriving to the gig early, we managed to bustle quite far forward, although still quite a way back from the front. Found a spot with a decent view not long before Rob came on. When he did, everyone around us went crazy. It was brill. As he got into the set list, I did notice that some of the less well-known, remembered songs didn't get the same reception from everyone. For example, loads of people near us didn't really react to Karma Killer. Myself and a woman near me saw each other both absolutely buzzing and gravitated towards each other to sing our hearts out, but seemed to be the only ones. Similarly, during Better Man, I heard another girl near me shout loudly to anyone who would listen, "How do you not know the words to this?" to people around. We looked at each other and sang along together in solidarity. When Phil came on, I overheard someone say, "Finally, I've been bored until now." What?
Ooh.
Yeah, can you believe it? So, then
well,
she says,
not everyone knows all the words, I guess, and not everyone's hardcore
No.
fans.
She said, "I'm not for 1 minute suggesting people there weren't fans, but I do think there were lots of people who went to this very special gig because it was a local, amazing opportunity to celebrate their Robbie from Stoke. And that's a different crowd than you'd get normally. My 29-year-old cousin is a proper Stokey and Vale fan. Currently living in New Zealand, he was gutted not to be able to go. He told me all his mates were going. Lots who now lived outside Stoke were travelling back for the gig. Not one of them have been to a Robbie gig before. This was a one-off event celebrating being from Stoke. But Robbie got it totally right, all the classics to keep everyone happy, and a few nods to the long-time fans with songs they'd be happy to hear again for the first time in a while, and some songs especially for Vale fans. He did not disappoint." So yeah, that was lovely from Michelle. It was really interesting to hear the perspective from further back in the crowd.
Yeah.
And to think that there was people there that didn't really know Karma Killer. I mean, come on, where have you been? It's an absolute classic.
Well, you know, Robbie does have fans who only listen to the hits.
Which is why he's releasing another greatest hits.
Yeah, he does have to serve that group of fans. That group of fans probably don't listen to this podcast. So,
yeah.
they're not going to come after us.
No.
But it is interesting to hear different perspectives and how it was in different places in the stadium.
Yeah. So there you go. So should we hear from another key person?
Yeah. Let's see who we've got.
What's your name and where do you come from?
My name's Tracy Greenhouse and I come from Halzowen.
Right, 10 quickfire questions, no hesitating. New album or another greatest hits?
Oh, new album.
Rude Box, love it or leave it?
Rude Box. Love it, sorry.
Just Rude Box.
Love it, I love it.
Swing or EDM?
Swing.
1 minute with Rob face to face or 1 hour video call?
1 minute face to face.
Intimate gig or stadium gig?
Intimate gig.
The 80s or the 90s?
90s, I think.
Tigers or monkeys?
Tigers.
Chocolate orange or Weight Watchers?
I don't like chocolate orange, so it's got to be Weight Watchers. Don't like either.
Kylie Minogue or Nicole Kidman?
Kylie Minogue.
Main stage or B stage?
Ooh, I like a bit of B stage. Yeah.
And then finally, do you have your own Robbie story you want to tell us?
I do have my own Robbie story. So when he got back with Take That for 2011 Progress, I had my T-shirt on that said Robbie Feel These, and when they come down at the end and they sung 8 letters, 3 words, 1 meaning, all of Take That come along, shook hands at Wembley. Robbie leant over and kissed me on the cheek, and that was my moment, and I'll treasure it forever. Love that.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Tracy.
Thanks, Tracy.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
So Tracy got a kiss on the cheek.
Yeah, and you can hear the rowdy cue in the background. It was probably getting later in the day and people had been drinking more and more.
Yeah, just so that people know, obviously you can hear background noise on all of these recordings, which I think gives you a bit of the ambience. But yeah, as Lucy said, the noise did get louder through the day for one particular reason, but it didn't stop. There was noise in that queue all day long, and we did do some of our interviews a little bit further away, didn't we? But it was nice to be in the thick of it as well.
Yeah.
So we moved from Karma Killer to, a lot of people have commented on this one. A lot of people have asked for the video of this one. We didn't video it, I don't think. No, we didn't. We got Bodies.
Yeah.
So did he do a preamble, like an intro to
No, I don't
Bodies?
think
I'm
he
not
did,
sure he
actually.
did.
No.
I think he might have just they might have went straight into it, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't quite remember, but Bodies went down well.
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah, I really enjoyed singing along to that one. I think, was that when they got the heads out, the big glittery heads for that song? I think it was.
Yeah,
From
possibly.
the Take the Crown tour. I think that's when they appeared at the sides in front of the big screens. That was nice to see those again.
Yeah. The heads have returned and no doubt will be used in Bonn and Munich as well.
Yeah, probably. So yeah, Bodies is always a good song live. Just love singing along to the chorus especially.
So shall we hear from another
Yeah.
friend of the queue?
What's your name and where do you come from?
So I'm Val and I'm from Cambridgeshire.
Okay, so we've got 10 quickfire questions, no hesitating. New album or another greatest hits?
Another greatest hits.
Oh, controversial. Rude Box, love it or leave it?
Love it.
Swing or EDM?
Swing.
1 minute with Rob face to face or 1 hour video call?
1 minute face to face.
Intimate gig or stadium gig?
Intimate.
The 80s or the 90s?
80s.
Tigers or monkeys?
Tigers.
Chocolate orange or Weight Watchers?
Oh, got to go Weight Watchers, and I shouted out in Vegas.
Kylie Minogue or Nicole Kidman?
Kylie.
Main stage or B stage?
Main.
And then do you have your own Robbie story that you'd like to tell us about, or memory?
I've not got good stories like everyone else has. I've never had a meet. Well, I met him in Vegas, but no proper individual meet and greet. But my best Robbie story is probably when I went on a little road trip to Europe. So we were off to Bratislava and Linz and ended up in Abu Dhabi. And the best bit about it was we booked the tickets while we were on tour, and I sort of texted my husband and just went, slight problem with the trains. I'm now flying home via Abu Dhabi, see you in 3 days, and put the phone down and turned it off. And that's probably my best Robbie story. And we went to Abu Dhabi and we had an absolutely amazing time.
Thank you, Val. Thanks for taking part.
Thanks, Val.
Nope. Joking on me drink.
Hang on.
Pat me on the back, yeah, joking on me drink. No worries.
Thank you, Val. So yeah, we just about stopped Val from choking at that point on a sip of wine or champagne or whatever she was drinking. Val, we love you, Val. Val is a nurse and part of the NHS and runs the blood service and blood donation. And we talked about a lot of stories about how difficult that job is and can be sometimes, especially during the pandemic. So Val, we enjoyed that little interview, and we're pleased that you didn't choke on your wine now.
On your Bacardi and Coke.
On your Bacardi and Coke, yeah.
Okay, so then we moved on to Love My Life, which of course he introduced by saying that he had 4 children now.
Yes.
And that this song was written for his kids.
I think what was nice was at that point I was expecting to hear one of the Teddy jokes or one of the sort of jokes that he tells about the kids. He obviously has little anecdotes about what the kids say. And
he didn't he?
I don't know.
He did. Yeah,
What did he say?
Yeah, I remember now. He said that
That's memories, shit.
because he's been away. His Ida had sent him some pictures that the children had drawn, and Teddy had drawn him.
Oh, that's right.
Teddy had just drawn a picture of him, I think he said, and but Charlie had drawn a picture of Ida giving birth to Charlie, which is weird. So yeah, he did tell that joke.
Yes, he did.
I think he also said that in Melbourne as well.
Okay. He likes to refine and reuse his material like any good showman.
Yeah. But yeah, Love My Life, that's always a good one. And
Love My Life.
Everyone was singing along to that. It's nice that he's got more of a recent hit in the set list as well, from one of his more recent albums that everyone knows.
Yes. And it was sung to you at your 40th birthday as well?
Yes, it was, yeah. But we can talk about that when we get to our heavy entertainment show.
Oh,
episode.
Cliffhanger. You're not going to find out who sang it to you at your 40th birthday.
No.
Let's see who it was. You have to listen to the episode to find out. But yeah, it was great. And what I saw some of our friends doing as that song started and as he started singing it, I don't know whether you saw it, but some people started lifting their hands up into the air as if he was going to come out on a crane.
Oh, no, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, because he didn't he, on one of the tours?
Heavy entertainment show.
Yeah, he came round on a crane and sort of waved at everybody and touched a few people's hands. So, shall we hear another
interview?
Quick fire question round?
Okay, what's your name and where do you come from?
Karen Ash, and I am from Wales, South Wales.
Okay, so we're going to ask 10 quick fire questions.
Okay.
No hesitating. New album or another greatest hits?
New album.
Rude box, love it or leave it?
Leave it.
Swing or EDM? Dance.
Oh, swing, definitely, 100%.
1 minute with Rob face to face or 1 hour video call?
Oh, no. It's got to be an hour video.
Okay.
Yeah.
Intimate gig or stadium gig?
Intimate.
The 80s or the 90s?
Oh, I would say 80s.
Tigers or monkeys?
Monkeys.
Chocolate orange or Weight Watchers?
Oh, chocolate orange all the way.
Kylie Minogue or Nicole Kidman?
Oh, it's got to be Nicole Kidman. Yeah.
Main stage or B stage?
Main.
It's Karen's Cake Studio, yeah? In Cwmbran. So if you want a good cake, that's where you need to go, right?
See, yeah, of course. Every time, 100%.
The
Karen's Cake Studio, Cwmbran in Gwent.
The best birthday cakes I've ever seen.
Yes.
And
Wedding cakes, yeah.
We're going to have to go there one day.
Any shape, size, or whatever.
Any pattern design.
Yeah.
Amazing they are.
Yeah.
Amazing creations.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So thank you, Karen.
Okay, yeah.
Thanks.
The lovely Karen there. Don't forget to go to Cwmbran in Gwent to Karen's Cake Studio to get your cakes.
I mean, we're not just talking that they taste nice. We haven't tasted them. I'm sure they do taste nice. It's just that they look incredible.
She can make almost anything from what I've seen.
You know, she makes like handbags or shoes or dogs, anything into a cake.
All sorts.
Oh,
but you've got to go there to pick them up. So
so it's better if you're near Wales.
Oh, lovely talking to Karen. So, and Karen was number 2, I believe, in the queue.
Yeah, she was.
So she was with Zoe right at the front. So we moved from Love My Life into
Robbie's favourite, Millennium.
Robbie's favourite. Surprised it was in, to be honest.
I'm always surprised when it's in the set list.
Does he really hate it?
Yeah, I mean...
Does he really, or does he just know that actually it's a very successful song, anthemic, and...
It gets the crowd going
he
with the
needs
fingers.
it in his set.
Yeah. I'm sure Guy always says, come on, because I know I read with Guy, he said he still loves it and he still thinks of it as one of their biggest, best hits. So he loves it. So he probably always does encourage Rob to sing it.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy, waving my fingers in the air.
Yeah.
I always take part, even though I'm not that keen on it anymore. But the thing is, for a crowd like that, they all want to hear that song. And it was his first ever number 1, so...
It was.
It should be on the list, I suppose. Should we go on to the next clip?
Yeah, let's hear from the next person. So, what's your name and where do you come from?
My name is Jacek Partridge and I'm from Krakow, but I live in London.
And you've been on the podcast as well.
I have indeed.
We talked about Rude Box for a little bit. Well, for 2 episodes.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to ask you 10 quickfire questions. And no hesitating. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. New album or another greatest hits?
New album.
Rude Box, love it or leave it?
Love it.
Of course. Swing or EDM?
Swing.
1 minute with Rob face to face or 1 hour video call?
1 minute face to face.
Intimate gig or stadium gig?
Intimate gig.
The 80s or the 90s?
The 80s. Ah, that's a difficult one.
Yeah.
But only because Lucy likes the 90s, so it's 1-1.
Yes.
Tigers or monkeys?
Monkeys. My first instinct was tigers because of the tiger pants, but I'm gonna go monkeys because of me and my monkey. Yes, me and my monkey.
Chocolate orange or Weight Watchers?
Chocolate orange.
Of course.
Of course.
Kylie Minogue or Nicole Kidman?
Kylie Minogue, all the way.
Main stage or B stage?
Main stage.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
No
Thanks for
worries.
taking
Thank you very
part.
much for having me.
Yeah, good to see you.
Enjoy the show.
Yeah. So, Jacek there from our Rude Box episodes. Thank you, Jacek. Always good to meet up with you. A lot of energy. A lot of good stories.
So then we moved on to hot fudge.
Yes. I like hot fudge.
Yeah, it's a great one.
I think when we talked about hot fudge on an episode long ago.
Escapology.
Yeah, I think we raved about it then as well, didn't we?
Yeah.
There's something about that song. It's just got superb energy in it. It's just, I don't know, it just lifts you up, doesn't it?
Yeah, really good.
I think it's a combination of the vocals and the kind of the piano in the background and the whole thing. It's just, yeah, that really got things going.
Yeah.
Well, they were already going, but I think it was a nice contrast to Millennium, actually.
Yeah, a bit more rocky.
Yeah.
So we'll play another clip now from someone in the queue.
Yeah. And before we play this one, actually, I should probably just say that this is with our lovely friend Marek, who does speak English, but wanted to have the questions translated into Polish. And Jacek is translating for him. So that's what you'll hear.
So it's actually quite nice to listen to, actually, I think.
Yeah.
Bit of Polish.
Jesteś.
What's your name?
My name is Marek. I am from Poland. I'm living in Stoke-on-Trent.
Elegancko. Więc teraz parę pytań. Na szybko musisz odpowiedzieć bez zastanawiania się. Nowy album czy kolejne greatest hits?
Nowy album.
Rootbox uwielbiasz czy nienawidzisz?
No.
Nienawidzisz.
Leave it.
No.
Marek.
No,
Myślałem, że się lubimy. Swing czy electronic dance music?
Swing.
1 minuta z Robertem face to face.
1 minute face to face.
Czy godzina?
1 minute face to face. Yes.
Czy
Please.
godzina na wideo?
No, 1 minute face to face, please.
Koncert stadionowy czy taki bardziej intymny?
Intymny.
Intimate.
Intimate gig. The 80s czy the 90s?
18s.
Tygrysy czy...
Monkey, please.
Czekolada pomarańczowa.
Chocolate.
Chocolate
Orange.
Chocolate orange. Kylie Minogue czy
Kylie Minogue.
I główna scena czy poboczna scena?
Główna scena.
Main stage.
Main stage.
I ostatnie, jeśli masz jakąś historię związaną z Robim, to możesz opowiedzieć teraz. I potem jest jeszcze jedno pytanko. Jak nie masz historii, to nie musisz.
Mam historię, ale to jest długi temat. Jak pracowałem 20 parę lat temu we Włoszech, miałem tylko jedną płytę, U2 i Robbie Williams. Lubię U2, ale zakochałem się w Robbie Williamsie 22 lata temu.
22 years ago, when he was working in Italy, he had 2 CDs. One was U2 and one was Robbie Williams.
Right.
And ever since then, he's loved Robbie Williams. So it's 22 years in the making.
My Pierwszy koncert 19 lat temu.
And his first gig was 19 years ago in 2003 in
Katowice Spodek.
And the weekends of mass distractions.
Yes. Yeah. That was when Nebworth already came out on CD and DVD.
Right.
So that's when my mum, she was at the same gig, but she was in the stands. And she brought the CD home and then eventually the DVD. And that's when I kind of got into Rob.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So one more
And
question.
then we met in 2006 in Budapest.
Yes, 2006. Thank you so much.
So Marek, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Lucy and Matt. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Robbie Williams, and you're listening to Robbie Williams Rewind with the Champions.
Yeah, thank you to Marek there and Jacek for doing some translation. They're very good friends who met many, many years ago through a Robbie gig.
Yeah.
And it was good to see them both in the queue. So back to the gig. So we've just had Hot Fudge.
Yeah, now it's No Regrets.
Oh, another one that obviously had to be in there.
Yeah.
A lot of people commenting on No Regrets, I remember.
Yeah. Listening to the footage on BBC Radio Stoke after the concert, they had lots of people talking about their experience of the show, and a lot of them seemed to say that they really enjoyed No Regrets, especially one of the DJs said that was his favourite bit. Yeah, it's always a good one.
Yes, it was. So, more. We did a lot of interviews, Lucy.
Yes.
A lot more than we remembered actually doing. But it was nice because there were so many people there that, wanted to do it. So let's hear from our next one.
What's your name and where do you come from?
Hello, the champions. I'm Silke. I'm from Germany.
Hi.
Hi, Silke.
So we're going to ask you 10 quickfire questions, or Lucy is.
Okay.
No hesitating.
Okay.
New album or another greatest hits?
New album.
Rude Box, love it or leave it?
I love it.
Swing or EDM?
Swing.
1 minute with Rob face to face or 1 hour video call?
I think I'll just do a minute's chat.
A minute?
Yeah.
Face to face.
Intimate gig or stadium gig?
I like the small gigs.
Yeah.
The 80s or the 90s?
The 80s.
Tigers or monkeys?
Neither.
Oh, first time we've had neither.
Chocolate orange or Weight Watchers?
Oh, definitely chocolate orange.
Kylie Minogue or Nicole Kidman?
Nicole.
Main stage or B stage?
I like the B stage.
So Silke, what's your favourite Robbie moment? Do you have one?
Well, I've been following the tours and the gigs for 10 years now, and many moments. But I think the favorite moments are the moments where he shows he knows you, where he recognizes you, and you lock eyes. And it's just this moment that it's very valuable to me. I enjoy that very much.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
That's it.
That's
Okay.
great. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Lovely to meet you.
You're welcome. Nice to meet
Thank
you. Love your podcast.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So thank you to Silke there. It was lovely to catch up with her in the queue. And you may remember Silke being mentioned by Paul, American Paul, in our earlier episode, and how they've formed a friendship through Robbie. And it was great to hear her favourite moment there. So where are we with the gig then, Lucy?
So then they went on to Kids, which started with the Back in Black intro, the ACD song, which they often do when they start Kids. And this was one of my favourite moments as well, because it was nice to see the singers coming forward onto the B stage and sort of being a bit more a part of the gig, because it felt like they were a long way away right at the back of the stage. And we always like to see Dinosh especially. So, we enjoyed that.
Shout out to Dinosh.
Yeah, that always goes down well. Live, kids.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's one that everyone knows. Everyone was singing along to that one.
Okay.
One of my favourites.
Yeah, we love kids. So let's have another interview.
What's your name and where do you come from?
Sarah Hyland from Yorkshire.
Sarah. Right, 10 quickfire questions, no hesitating. New album or another greatest hits?
Definitely new album, 1,000,000%.
Rude box, love it or leave it?
Love it. 50-50.
Swing or EDM?
EDM.
1 minute with Rob face to face or 1 hour video call?
1 minute face to face.
So you can squeeze his bum?
Again, yes.
Intimate gig or stadium gig?
Intimate.
The 80s or the 90s?
90s.
Tigers or monkeys?
Tigers.
Chocolate orange or Weight Watchers?
Chocolate orange, all the way.
Kylie Minogue or Nicole Kidman?
Kylie.
Main stage or B stage?
B stage.
That's it.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.
Sarah, who's been on the podcast twice. And just about to open a can of cider. Very nice. Thank you. There you go. You get the full audio description there from me. So, thank you, Sarah, as always. So we went from kids into, well, let me give you a clue. Lots of green lights came on the stage.
Yeah.
They didn't quite have the lasers that they normally have.
No.
A lot of green lights came on. Anybody guess what came next? What was it, Liz?
Feel.
Feel.
Which always immediately makes me feel sad because it signifies it's nearly the end of the show.
And my goodness, the bass on Feel is always so loud, and they always try and get it so that it rumbles the room. I mean, the speaker amp setup there was just unbelievably loud. I think people were saying that they could hear it from like neighbouring towns and when they were inside their house. So, yeah, that was special. I think everybody loves Phil, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of his best.
It's a crowd pleaser. So shall we hear another interview,
Yeah,
please?
let's hear the next person.
Yeah, let's go for it.
What's your name and where do you come from?
Andrea from Bolton.
Right, 10 quickfire questions, no hesitating. New album or another greatest hits?
New album.
Rude box, love it or leave it?
Love it.
Swing or EDM?
Swing.
1 minute with Rob face to face or 1 hour video call?
Ooh. Minute.
Intimate gig or stadium gig?
Intimate.
The 80s or the 90s?
80s.
Tigers or monkeys?
Well, let's go monkeys.
Yeah.
Chocolate orange or Weight Watchers?
Chocolate orange.
Kylie Minogue or Nicole Kidman?
Kylie.
Main stage or B stage?
Main stage.
Great.
Cool. Thank you,
very
Andrea.
much, Andrea.
Cheers. Thank you to Andrea. Good to catch up. And then
Rock DJ.
Rock DJ.
Lots of Saturday Night Fever type moves to this one.
Yeah, I can never get that pointing quite right.
No, I can't.
You do one. You were doing it. I was like pretending to do it, and I was thinking, oh, I can do it sometimes, but yeah, you point up and then you point down.
Yeah.
But I don't know why. Anyway, there was a lot of that going on. I'm sure it looked great if you had the view out from the stage. I'm sure that looked really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, Rock DJ, another absolute crowd pleaser, obviously. Anything more to say about that one, Liz?
No, not really.
Okay, let's hear from another one of our Q buddies.
What's your name and where do you come from?
Marie Burberry, and I come from Coventry.
So 10 quickfire questions, no hesitating.
Mm-hmm.
New album or another greatest hits?
New album.
Rude box, love it or leave it?
Love it.
Swing or EDM?
Oh, I don't know. That's a hard one. Swing.
1 minute with Rob face to face or 1 hour video call?
1 hour video call.
Intimate gig or stadium gig?
Intimate.
The 80s or the 90s?
The 80s.
Tigers or monkeys?
Tigers.
Chocolate orange or Weight Watchers?
Chocolate orange.
Kylie Minogue or Nicole Kidman?
Kylie Minogue.
Main stage or B stage?
Main stage.
Cool. And do you have your own Robbie story that you'd like to share with it?
When we finally got to meet him, the VIP meet and greet in Vegas, he was standing, we were the last group to go, and he said to me, "What you going to do?" So I just went, "This is what I'm going to do," and grabbed his bum with both hands, and I buried my head into his chest. And yeah.
Did he like it?
Well, I don't know. He didn't complain. I liked it.
So he actually knew that you were going to do something.
He said, "What are you going to do? What are you going to do?" And I went, "This is what I'm going to do." And I don't even know, because that wasn't what I was going to do. But all of a sudden, it just came. I had to grab his arse, and with both hands.
And did you have a nice time in Vegas?
Vegas was
as
amazing.
Well as that?
It was the best experience ever. Just the whole show, him, everything. I would do it again, without a doubt. I loved it. But yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Marie. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Lucy and Matt.
Yeah, thank you to Marie. Always lovely to catch up with Marie. Always has me in stitches.
So at that point, everyone left the stage. It was the end of the first part, and we had to wait for the encore. Everyone started shouting, "Robbie, Robbie," and then they started doing "Robbie's Coming Home."
Robbie's Coming Home, yeah.
But that was quite funny because all different parts of the stadium were singing it at different times.
People heard it and started picking it up at totally different times.
So it's completely out of sync.
It was like a round, but not quite in sync.
And then he came back on stage and sung something that I've probably heard it before, but I don't know any of the words. And you could see visibly along the first few rows that the majority of the people didn't know it. However, at the back of the stadium, lots of people were going crazy. You could hear them for it. It was Glad All Over.
Yes.
So Glad All Over is a song written by Dave Clark and Mike Smith, recorded by the Dave Clark Five in 1963. It was a very big hit in 1963. It sold over 1 million copies and was like the 58th best-selling song of the year or something. But it's to do with football. Apparently, Crystal Palace adopted the song as their anthem in the 1960s. But then Blackpool, as well as Rotherham United, Port Vale, Swindon Town and Yeovil Town all play that song in the stadium when a home goal has been scored. So obviously that's a big song for Port Vale.
Yes.
It's when they're doing well and they've scored a goal. So all the Port Vale fans loved that, obviously, whereas we were a bit like, what's this?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a football fan, as many listeners will know, but I assumed that it was, I kind of had a loose thought about it being related to football, and went down well, didn't it?
Of course, I've forgotten the main thing about when he walked back on stage.
Oh yeah.
Duh.
This is the main point of the story.
He was obviously wearing the new Port Vale 2022 to 2023 shirt.
Yes.
And he had the big trophy. I don't know what the trophy's called, but some Sky Bet trophy that Port Vale won for being promoted last weekend. So he came out holding that with the new shirt. So obviously the stadium went absolutely bananas about that and loved it. And he clearly loved it as well. He was beaming.
Yes. So even though we are not football fans, Port Vale obviously went to Wembley the week before and they earned their promotion to League One. And I don't think Robbie actually went to that. But he said he was watching on one of his interviews. He was watching from Mexico while he was on holiday. So... they scored 2 goals in 5 minutes in the first half, thanks to Kean Harrett and James Wilson. And yes, there they go. So I think that was really, I bet it felt like a dream to him because he's been supporting that team all his life, and then he's coming home obviously the gig got delayed by a couple of years. They win at Wembley, move up to League One, and then he gets to bring the cup on stage in the new strip at his homecoming gig. I mean, how good's that?
Well, he said on BBC, was it? No,
I'm surprised he wasn't in
Signal One.
tears.
He said it was serendipity that it worked out that way.
Yes.
And he kind of said that when he was watching the game, he was thinking, you know, well, we're not going to win because that would just be too amazing and too much, you know, too incredible. But yeah, they did.
They did. And I know that Rob believes in the rule of abundance or the law of abundance, and certainly there's abundance in this situation. So that was great. That was really touching, actually. Great for the football fans that were there as well.
Yeah. So it was a great big party in Burslem for Port Vale, topped off with Robbie Williams.
So before we move on to the few more songs that were in the encore, let's hear another interview. So, what's your name and where'd you come from?
Patina Pert. I'm from Australia. I live on an island in Magnetic Island, North Queensland, Australia.
Wow, so you've travelled all the way from Australia for the gig?
Yeah, 2 days. Worth it, I'm sure. It will be. Always worth it.
I think you get the prize for the furthest travel.
Yes, yeah.
So, I'm going to ask you 10 quickfire questions, no hesitating.
Okay.
And then, are we doing the 2 at the end?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to ask you a couple more at the end.
Okay.
So, new album or another greatest hits?
New album.
Rude Box, love it or leave it?
Love it.
Swing or EDM?
Swing.
1 minute with Rob face to face or 1 hour video call?
1 minute.
Intimate gig or stadium gig?
Intimate gig.
Yeah. The 80s or the 90s?
80s.
Tigers or monkeys?
Tigers.
Chocolate orange or Weight Watchers?
Chocolate orange.
Kylie Minogue or Nicole Kidman?
Kylie Minogue.
Main stage or B stage?
What do you mean by that?
So the main stage or the stage that's in the middle, further out?
The walkway one.
Or the walkway?
Oh,
so
main,
where would...
main.
Main.
Yeah, main.
Right in there.
Yeah.
Cool. And then 2 more questions. You can think about these.
Yeah.
Do you have your own Robbie memory or story that you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, I was having a think. There's a couple like Vegas. That was awesome. That was the first time I'd met him face to face. And in Dubai, went to that gig just before the COVID lockdown, and in the Strong song, he looked directly at me and said, "Are they fake? Or are they yours?" But he didn't say fake. He said something different. I don't know. It was something. It was like
nicer.
Yeah, it's nice. It didn't imply that they were fake. Basically, right. Yeah. He said, "Yeah, I can't remember. I should remember because it. Yeah, but it's just the eye contact. It's nice. It's nice. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Patina.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, really nice to meet you.
Enjoy the gig.
We will.
Yeah, thank you, Patina. Flew all the way from Australia to be there.
Incredible.
And we are going to go to Patina's friend Jo, who also we met there, and she gave us a little interview. So yeah, let's go straight to Jo.
What's your name and where do you come from?
I'm Jo. I'm from Melbourne, Australia.
So you've come a long way as well.
Yes. I think I've been spending more time on the airplane than on the land, but I'm just here for the weekend and then I'll go back home on Sunday.
Oh my God.
Wow,
yeah.
That is quite a commitment.
Yes.
Well done.
Yeah, thank you.
So 10 quickfire questions. New album or another greatest hits?
New album.
Rude Box, love it or leave it?
I love it.
Swing or EDM?
Swing.
1 minute with Rob face to face or 1 hour video call?
1 minute face to face.
Intimate gig or stadium gig?
Oh, intimate.
The 80s or the 90s?
80s.
Tigers or monkeys?
I'd say monkeys.
Chocolate orange or Weight Watchers?
Chocolate orange.
Kylie Minogue or Nicole Kidman?
Kylie for sure.
Both Aussie. Main stage or B stage?
Main.
Yeah.
And do you have any Robbie stories that you'd like to share with us?
I do. When I met Robbie in Vegas, I travelled alone to go see him, and I had a speech ready for him, and I said I was so honoured to be here and share this experience with him because it meant a lot to him. And he just turned around and said, "Oh, babe, the honour is all mine. Thank you so much for coming." And he really appreciated me being there, and he thanked me for getting dressed up and for having, he said he really liked my blue hair, and it just made me cry. And then he hugged me and he was like, "Oh, I didn't mean to make you cry. Please don't cry like Teddy cries when she sees Santa." And he goes, let's not cry and take a really nice photo. And then, you know, we took a nice photo, and I was surprised that that photo where he hugged me, they actually took a photo of that, so I have that memory. So yeah, it's really cool. Yeah.
What a lovely story. That's really cool.
Yeah. I was
lucky.
Yeah.
Any others that you want to say?
I actually met Tony Jeffries, his personal trainer, and I actually did some work with Tony because I'm a massage therapist as well. I have 4 jobs. That's why I can travel around and, you know, come and see Robin perform. And I did some work with Tony while he did his boxing workshops. I did some massages for the clients, you know, to loosen up the muscles. So I did that in Melbourne. In Sydney, I did that, and I also became a certified boxing trainer. Right. And then I went to LA as well and did level 2 again at Box and Burn. And for level 1, I did some massages, and I was just so thrilled to be in LA and to be in the gym where Rob trained, and it was just amazing. It was just an amazing thing, just being there. It was just really cool. Yeah. So,
If we have any trouble later on, I'll be looking for you.
Yeah, I'm you know, I've actually offered my services to the production crew down in Melbourne when they were filming. I offered, you know, massage to all the crew because my goal is to actually massage Rob. I just want to, you know, just massage. I just want to give back something for everything he's done for us. Yeah. And I feel like just even a 5-minute massage for me to give to him, I would like, just as a thank you for, you know, like inviting us to Camden, just the way he interacts with us, you know, doing Corona Oki every day, and, you know, when there was COVID, just that appreciation and the thank you, something I can give back to him, which I would love to do. That would be,
It's a great sentiment. I really love that.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you so
that.
much. Appreciate it too. Thank you.
Bye. So, yeah, thank you to Joe, all the way from Australia. So we're in our encore section. And what came next, Luce?
Better Man.
Yeah, of course.
Of course, I did feel sad that we didn't get Pete coming out and joining Robbie for this bit.
I can almost hear him.
Yeah, because it was supposed to be Pete's retirement gig when this was scheduled to take place in 2020. But I think, was it Pete himself said that he just wasn't well enough to do it now?
He's not up to it anymore. So he was there, though.
Yeah.
He was watching. I'm sure he was extremely proud. Hello to Popper Pete, if you're listening. He was up in the posh seats where he should be, watching, and I'm sure he was enjoying it, and I reckon he was probably singing his part to this bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did miss you, Popper Pete, for this part. But obviously Rob carried it off very well on his own. And that's the title of the film biopic that's coming out.
Which is maybe why they included it in the set. Maybe they're going to use some of the footage in the film.
I have a very strong feeling that they will. Yes. Yeah, so we got Better Man. And let's have another interview. What's your name and where are you from?
I'm Amanda and I'm from Essex.
Cool. So I'm going to ask you 10 quickfire questions, no hesitating. You ready?
Ooh, think so.
New album or another greatest hits?
New album.
Rude Box, love it or leave it?
Love it.
Swing or EDM?
Ooh, swing.
1 minute with Robbie face to face or a 1 hour video call?
1 hour video call.
Right. Intimate gig or stadium gig?
Intimate.
The 80s or the 90s?
Oh, I like both. 80s.
Tigers or monkeys?
Tigers.
Chocolate orange or Weight Watchers?
Chocolate orange.
Kylie Minogue or Nicole Kidman?
Kylie.
Main stage or B stage?
B stage. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Amanda.
Cheers, Amanda.
Thank you. Bye.
Oh, we love your posters, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you
I've
too.
tweeted it, Rob. So,
Oh, you've tweeted
yeah,
it.
if you see it.
Can you explain what your poster's got on it?
It is. So Angie did this, Angie Redford in Australia, and she sent it to me and I printed it out. So it's Robbie superimposed on Prince Harry's body, and underneath it says, "The King of Stoke is home." So yeah, I'll hold that up.
It looks very, very good. I think it's going to catch his eye, definitely.
Yeah, credit to Angie.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Amanda. So, yeah, we had Better Man, and then we moved on to She's the One.
Yeah.
What were you going to say about She's the One, Lucy?
Oh, well, you know, I've never that keen on it.
Oh, well, you know.
It's, you know, it's a cover.
Yeah.
It could be left out as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, but
it's a big hit.
Another big hit. Yeah.
And it has to please the stadium as a whole. So.
And as set lists go, not that we're going to say it right now, but it leads into the next song pretty well, I think. It sets it up for it.
Yeah. And in fact, we just should say that the set list in general was very good. We did very much enjoy it.
Yes, we did.
Guy told us it was going to be a good set list.
He did, yeah. We met up with Guy a little while ago, and he did comment on that. And Rob did do it. He was worried that Rob might not do it, but he did do it.
Yeah.
And I think it was brave. And in a way, I mean, we saw an interview from him in 2019 where he was saying, I feel I'm going to feel much more comfortable being at home, being amongst Stokies, so I can play the music I want to play. And, we weren't sure whether Rob was really going to follow up with that. And he did.
Yeah.
Let's face it. I mean, he couldn't go all B-side and all very deep,
No.
the stuff that we like. But he certainly did go off-piste a little bit. It wasn't just a greatest hits medley. And I think that was brave to do that.
Yeah.
So, let's hear another one of our Q buddies.
Right, what's your name and where are you from?
Lisa Adams from Leamington Spa.
Right, 10 quickfire questions.
Okay.
New album or another greatest hits?
New album.
Rude Box, love it or leave it?
Love it.
Swing or EDM?
Swing.
1 minute with Rob face to face or 1 hour video call?
1 minute face to face.
Intimate gig or stadium gig?
Intimate gig.
The 80s or the 90s?
80s.
Tigers or monkeys?
Tigers.
Chocolate orange or Weight Watchers?
Chocolate orange.
Kylie Minogue or Nicole Kidman?
That's a tough one. I'll say Kylie.
Main stage or B stage?
B stage.
Are there any other
was all worth
favourite
it.
memories, like songs or anything?
Debbie's nodding.
I went on stage with Robbie at the Swing Tour.
Oh yeah.
And he married me.
Yeah.
So
you're
he's
one of
my
Robbie's wives,
he's
right.
my husband. Forever and ever. Yeah, it was really good. And I did what I always said I would do. If I ever met Robbie, I said I'd grab his balls. So yeah.
So did you
I
actually on
touched his
stage?
penis on stage.
Oh, my
He even
goodness
shouted
me.
out to everyone, "Oh, she just touched my penis," and everyone laughed. It was brilliant. And I've got loads of videos, photos of it. It's
I
great.
think I need to see those.
I thought you'd see it.
Is this something she does often or just for Robbie?
On what? Oh yeah, I'm a Robbie tattoo on
Oh,
Tattoo
Robbie
Fixers.
You're on
as
Tattoo
well.
Fixers, were you?
Yeah, it was brilliant. I didn't have anything fixed, I just had a portrait of him done.
Right.
Ah,
Yeah.
very nice. Come
And-
Undone.
Yeah.
Is that your favourite song?
Yes, love Come Undone, especially live.
It's
It's
a lot of
brilliant.
people's favourite song, actually.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as it starts, the intro, it's like, oh, you feel all emotional.
Yeah. Do you think he'll sing it tonight?
I hope he does.
I think it will be on the list, won't it?
I'll
Is
be
there any other
disappointed if he
songs you're
doesn't.
hoping for? Maybe something a bit more on the
I'd love him
B-side?
to sing Dickhead.
Oh my God, so would I.
Good. We would love that.
Love that. I would love him to
I
sing
know
that.
Yatek would like that as well. He was on the Rude Box episode.
I sing that
definitely.
all the time to people. If I'm walking my dog, I'm like, don't kick my dog, dickhead.
Dickhead's a very underused word these days, isn't it? We need to bring it back.
Cool,
Thank you.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks very much.
Right, what's your name and where are you from?
Lisa Adams from Leamington Spa.
Right, 10 quickfire questions.
Okay.
New album or another greatest hits?
New album.
Rude Box, love it or leave it?
Love it.
Swing or EDM?
Swing.
1 minute with Rob face to face or 1 hour video call?
1 minute face to face.
Intimate gig or stadium gig?
Intimate gig.
The 80s or the 90s?
80s.
Tigers or monkeys?
Tigers.
Chocolate Orange or Weight Watchers?
Chocolate Orange.
Kylie Minogue or Nicole Kidman?
That's a tough one. I'll say Kylie.
Main stage or B stage?
B stage.
Cool,
Thank you.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks very much.
Hi, I'm Robbie Williams, and you're listening to Robbie Williams Rewind with the Champions.
Well, there you go. Lisa.
Naughty
Yes,
Lisa.
Naughty Lisa. She looks very innocent when you meet her, but clearly a bit of a naughty girl. So, let's hear it, Lucy.
Wow.
What was the final song of the evening?
Oh, I don't think anyone could possibly guess.
Let's guess.
Of course, it was Angels.
Yeah.
The whole place did go crazy for it, singing along. They loved it.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
Yeah, and you know, even though the hardcore fans, or quite a lot of the hardcore fans, are like, oh, Angels, it was still very, very good. The whole place, I think it's the atmosphere that it creates. It's just, yeah, you can feel it. And I think everyone had their phones out. And
It was really nice because they had crowd shots on the big screen behind Robbie going along. So everyone was smiling at themselves, seeing themselves on the big screen. Everyone loves that.
Yeah. It was the ending that the show obviously needed. And well, let's face it, he did his usual a cappella Angels bit to get the crowd going as he walked off, but you could tell he didn't really want to leave, did he?
Yeah.
He was sort of really enjoying it so much, but as many people probably know, with outdoor venues, well, with any venue, there is a curfew time, and you have to finish by that curfew time, otherwise you face a very large fine. And yeah, he had to go. But I reckon he would have quite happily came back on, dragged Guy on, and done a couple of acoustic numbers on the keyboard. But no.
Hi, I'm Robbie Williams, and you're listening to Robbie Williams Rewind with the Champions.
But before we wrap up and talk about anything else that Lucy might have on her list over there, let's hear another interview. What's your name and where are you from?
My name's Debbie and I'm from Milton Keynes.
Hello, Debbie. So I'm going to ask you 10 quickfire questions, no hesitating. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
New album or another greatest hits?
New album, definitely.
Rude Box, love it or leave it?
Oh, love it.
Swing or EDM?
Swing.
1 minute with Rob face to face or an hour video call?
1 minute face to face.
Just a minute.
Yeah.
I know why that is for most people. Intimate gig or stadium gig?
Intimate, definitely.
The 80s or the 90s?
80s.
Yeah. Tigers or monkeys?
Tigers.
Chocolate Orange or Weight Watchers?
Chocolate Orange.
Kylie Minogue or Nicole Kidman?
Kylie.
Main stage or B stage?
In the middle.
Oh, in the middle.
First person to
That's
say
the
that.
first answer we've had. Yeah.
Best of both worlds.
And do you have a Robbie memory that you'd like to talk to us about?
I have a few, but I suppose my one I always go on about is when I did a live with him on Instagram. Had quite a nice chat, and then I told him I was going to Soccer Aid and that I needed a selfie with him. So he told me to do a banner saying it's me from chat, and I could see him walking up and down the pitch looking, because he'd asked where I was sitting. So I held the banner up and he came up the stairs, jumped the barrier, made everyone move out of the way and have a selfie with me.
It's amazing.
It was like the perfect rom-com.
Yeah, you're right.
So was everyone like looking, thinking, why is he making a beeline for Debbie?
Well, I don't know, but everyone got a selfie with him after anyway,
Yeah.
so they all
They
thanked
came to
me.
you first?
Yeah, I had him first.
Kept his promise. That's lovely. So, any other memories you want to share?
Oh gosh.
No, you don't have to.
No,
I'm just trying to
You
think.
had a lot.
Well, obviously that got signed at
You got
Soccer
signed
Aid. That was 2
signature
years
on your
before.
arm.
Yeah.
And you're going to Soccer Aid this year?
No, I'm not this year.
Oh.
No.
We'll say hello to him for you.
Thank you.
If we see it.
Yeah.
Sure we will.
Thank you,
Thank
Debbie.
you, Debbie.
You're very welcome.
Cheers.
Thanks. Thank
you
you.
very much.
Enjoy the concert.
And you.
You too. Yeah, thank you, Debbie, for that great stories. So there we go.
That was the end of the concert. They
Yeah.
as the lights went up, as usual, they played "I've Had the Time of My Life"
Yes.
from Dirty Dancing. So everyone
We
enjoyed.
started our ballroom dancing at that point, didn't we, Lise?
No, but people enjoyed dancing around to that as they were leaving the pitch and the seats. I was also surprised to discover that actually the whole pitch wasn't covered like it normally would be in a standing concert. Normally they cover the whole pitch with hard plastic so that the grass doesn't get ruined. But no, the pitch was just there. It was covered in beer cans, and I found some keys on the pitch as well, which I handed in to security.
Well, the groundsman was being interviewed by Radio Stoke today, I think we heard it, didn't we? Or you were playing it back. And he said he wasn't so much worried about people walking over that part of the pitch. He was more worried about those huge lorries driving across the pitch to pick up all the equipment from the stage and dismantle the stage. So, but it's the end of the season, so they've got time to fix it up.
Yeah.
And it was worth it. And actually, we should also mention that the gig was actually a charity homecoming gig, and it was in aid of 3 charities.
Yep, 100% of the donations and 100% of the profits from programmes and merchandise sold went to the Hub Foundation, the Donna Louise, both in Stoke, and UNICEF UK.
Yeah, and although Rob didn't mention that, but we can forgive him for that, it was really important. I think all 3 of those charities are very, very important to Rob. And in particular, we should give a shout out to Amanda Bell and Rachel Wood from the Robbie Williams Fan Fest, who many of us know, who produced wristbands and T-shirts for the concert. Again, all the proceeds of which went directly to the Don Louise Hospice. And yeah, they worked tirelessly to get those printed. Obviously, they didn't get a lot of notice that the gig was actually officially going ahead, as did nobody else. They got those printed and they got those out to as many people as they possibly could before the gig. And yeah, they, obviously, as we mentioned a little while ago, they've hit their £150,000 fundraising target. So yeah, the Robbie fans around the world have done their bit to make that amazing contribution. And yeah, it was nice. It was nice that it was a charity gig as well, wasn't it, Liz?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on the way out, we saw Peter 118.
Yes, closing the loop on Peter 118.
The guy who played to us in the queue.
Yeah, he was. Well, actually, I did see him on the way in as well, but I forgot to mention it in that part of the podcast. But yeah, he was like crowd safety steward, but he didn't tell us that when we were in the queue. But we did all give him a big wave and a big cheer as we were going in, because he just happened to be standing by the gate where we were all going in. So yeah, thank you for the music, Peter 118, and thank you for the barbecue food that you and your friend brought up to the queue before the gig. One of the very kind people of Stoke. Many others of them came to help us out, and I think everyone was very proud that Rob was back to tell his story and to do his homecoming charity gig. Yeah, incredible. And it was a lovely atmosphere. That music at the end, I've had the time of my life, always sets the tone really well, rather than just the lights coming on and nothing happening. People were happy and cheery. Okay, a few drinks had been had, but it was nice, wasn't it? Walking up Hamel Road, everybody was, in good
Singing,
spirit,
yeah.
singing away. Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
Any other memories from the gig that we might have missed, Lucy?
Oh, not that I can think of, no.
It was an epic gig. It was a long time coming. We waited 2.5 years for it, as most people did for many things. And there was a point where we thought, this isn't going to happen.
Yeah.
And obviously, as you know, we joined a bit of a Twitter campaign with a few others to sort of give a bit of a push. And funnily enough, we did get some information fairly quickly after that.
Yeah.
And it all happened, and we were all there, and we were so grateful to see all of our friends in the queue. And I'm sorry if we didn't get to come and say hello to you, and you were further down the queue when we were doing our interviews and everything. Yeah.
Also, a little shout out to Oriel, who came up to me on the street and said, "Are you Lucy Champion? I listened to your podcast. I love it." And that was really nice. So thank you for coming and saying hello. It was such a surprise. And I just loved it. So hello, Oriel.
And also, I haven't got the names to hand now, but a lot of people responded when we said we were in the queue doing the interviews and the rapid fire questions. A lot of people who couldn't come did actually ask us questions on our Facebook page. So if you did, we will use those questions. I will go back to it. We'll collect them and we will use them. So yeah, thank you. Thank you for sending us those.
Good. So I think that's it for this episode. I'm sure we've droned on long enough for you. Hopefully you enjoyed all the little interviews with everyone. It was nice to get a variety of people on for their little short stories.
Yeah, it is. It really was. And it was really nice to hear those Robbie stories. It was lovely.
So join us for the next episode. I don't know what that will be because I'm not sure when this will go out, but yeah, we'll be back.
We're going to get this episode out very soon, which is basically code for Matt needs to edit it very quickly.
Yeah.
Okay, so just before we go, one of the other questions that we were asking people in the queue, and actually we forgot to ask a few people, so sorry if we didn't, but one of the other questions that we really need your help with is, how was the Under the Radar gig in Camden for you if you went? So we'd really love you to record us a voice message. You can just use your phone, voice memos, and just send it to our email. We'd really love you to actually record a message just telling us what you thought, maybe what your favourite part was, favourite song, any stories around that might have happened. We would really love you to send those to us because we want to make a really special Under the Radar episode, and it would be great if you could help us make the episode. So please send those to us, and we'd be very happy to include them on the show. Wouldn't we, Liz?
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to that. It was a unique part of Robbie's career that definitely needs a unique episode.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, if you could do that for us, that would be great. Don't forget, you can check out our episode notes for each episode and links to all tracks and videos at robbiewilliamsrewind.com. You can also email us at email@robbiewilliamsrewind.com. Please also follow and chat on our social channels. It's at RewindRobbie on Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. And you can also like and follow our Facebook page, Robbie Williams Rewind. Thank you for listening. Enjoy the next episode.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Robbie Williams Rewind.